Only one maniacal madman can force Spider-Man to unite with his sinister arch-nemesis Venom, Carnage. His deadly rampage is tearing New York City apart. Only wild web-slinging maneuvers, crushing combat moves, and superhero allies can save the city from total obliteration. It's maximum mayhem. It's maximum carnage. Paint the town red. This is Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage from Software Creations and LJN. It's a 2D beat-em-up released in 1994, and of course it's part of the Spider-Man franchise. This was a comic book crossover. Came out in 1993. It featured Spider-Man and Venom and a host of other superheroes teaming up to face Venom's murderous offspring, Carnage, and his team of supervillains. At least that's what it tells me about the comic books. The game was available on the NES and the Genesis, Super NES and Genesis, excuse me. It features the same story arc of the comic books, numerous heroes, including Spider-Man and Venom, Marvel Comics universe characters like Captain America, Black Cat, Iron Fist, Cloak and Dagger, Deathlock, Morbius, and Firestar, all teaming up to battle Carnage and his team, including Shriek, Doppelganger, Demogoblin, and Carrion. The first prints of the Super NES and Genesis game were sold in red-colored cartridges, later came in standard. It was followed up by a sequel, Venom and Spider-Man Separation Anxiety, which we've looked at before. I didn't actually know they were tied into each other. Mixed reviews. EGM gave it a unanimous 5 out of 10, commenting that appearances of the other superheroes are cool, but outweighed by the sloppy graphics and mediocre control. Nintendo Power gave it a 3.4 out of 5. GamePro said the Genesis version had all the graphics, features, and fighting action are identical to the Super NES. Unfortunately, so are the drawbacks. The elaborated of the game controls well, but is overly long and repetitive due to the limited selection of moves, lack of objects, low variety of enemies, and similar backgrounds. The game's soundtrack was written and produced by Green Jelly. The title screen song appears as the first track on the band's 1994 album 333 as Carnage Rules. Due to limited storage capacity, the soundtrack was not recorded music but computerized renditions. Additionally, the uncredited version of Black Sabbath's Mob Rules appears in the soundtrack during the boss battle against a doppelganger on the rooftop. It is... I mean, it's almost exactly like Separation Anxiety. In terms of gameplay, it's got the comic book style cutscenes, which are really cool. The look is really good. It sounds okay. It controls okay. There is nothing technically wrong with the game. Everything you want to do, you can do. But much like Separation Anxiety, it tries to make up for variety with the worst thing in the world, repetition. So it's difficult to kind of sit through a whole playthrough of this game, just because it gets really boring really fast, just like Separation Anxiety.